Yo, so check it. So believe it or not, I want to say it was about a week or so ago, maybe even two now. ESBC on the ESBC game Twitter page actually had a small fighter announcement. Now I understand that this one kind of went a little bit under the radar, and I'm pretty sure I know why. So look, before we even get started, I understand that most people aren't going to know who these three fighters are. But that's where we come in to play, right? It's up to the creators kind of bring information to the community. And I said from the beginning when I made this page that, look, all news, I'll bring it all as soon as I get it. So look, here we go. Another fighter announcement. If you don't know who these three fighters are, which is very possible, it does not mean that you're a casual, all right? It just means you don't know who they are, all right? And I'll put some information in here to kind of help everybody understand who these individuals are. And look, it's great that they're in the game. ESBC is doing everything they can to reach as far around the world as possible to make sure that everybody has representation, and I love it. So let's get to it. So the three fighters that got added this time were Cieslak, Szpilka, and Fonfara. All three representing out of Poland. So look, remember, man, if you don't know who these three fighters are, it's okay, all right? You're not a casual yet, according to the community, okay? Look, if you don't know who Fonfara is, then more than likely, you're going to get called a casual. He did have a pretty good fight with Superman Stevenson. When it comes to Arthur Szpilka, he had a really good fight with Deontay Wilder, where he took Deontay Wilder late into the fight, but inevitably, like most of Deontay Wilder's opponents, he was starched with a massive right hand. So look, let me go ahead and give you guys a little bit of additional background on who these three are. All right, first let's start talking about Cieslak. All right, Cieslak is one of those fighters, man, that if you watch his fight, he seems like he's throwing everything literally with bad intentions. He's a cruiserweight. He's been pro for about 8 years or so. And he's 23 fights, 21 wins. He only has one loss and he has one no contest. His one loss came against Junior Makabu, but that was actually while he was challenging for the vacant WBC World Cruiserweight title. So the brother actually he's good. A lot of people just haven't heard of him because his fights have been overseas. So the fact that he hasn't fought here in the States, we really don't know much about him. But we know names like Lawrence Okolie. These types of guys don't necessarily, they don't really come across the pond like that, but we know who he is. Cieslak just hasn't gotten the name recognition as an Okolie. But he was literally knocking on the door of being in the same conversation with Okolie as a champion. So as of right now, Makabu sits with the WBC belt, but I'm pretty sure we'll hear the name Cieslak very, very soon. Next up, we got my man Fonfara, a very fun light heavyweight to watch. He is, I think he's got 30 wins, 5 losses, 18 wins by knockout. He was a title holder at one point. I think it was back in 2012. He snagged his first title. In 2014, he fought my man Adonis Superman Stevenson, where he was definitely derailed in that one. But a lot of people met a really bad end at the hands of Adonis Stevenson. Adonis Stevenson is still one of the higher rated one-punch knockout artists, especially I would say in the past decade. That brother has got a mean left hand. He's dangerous with both hands, but wasn't too many people who were getting past Adonis Stevenson at the time. Fonfara does have a very, very fun fight to watch where he fought Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., who he forced to retire on a stool. And last but not least, we got my man Arthur Szpilka. 24 wins, 5 losses, 16 KOs. The brother has been up at the pinnacle. He's been up there challenging for belts. Sadly though, those 5 losses that he got all came with some pretty bad KOs. I think one of those was a TKO, but one of them was really bad at the hands of a man, Deontay the Bronze Obama Wilder, somebody I really hope to see in ESBC at some point Come on, Steel City. Let's get that man in there. But he pushed Deontay Wilder to the brink. He took him all the way to the end of the fight. And then he ran into a really, really bad right hand from Deontay, which we all know that when he unleashes the dynamite, he will snap you out of existence like Thanos. So look, man, all of these guys are good. They're fun fighters. That was what was really good about this announcement. Yes, they may not be names that everybody knows. Yes, they have losses on their records, you know, what have you. But all of these guys have been up to the top level of the sport. It's great to see representation for Poland. I thought it was really good. I wish they would have did this a little bit more formally. That way it really got out there. But hey, it is what it is. I'm glad they're in the game. So that's all I got for y'all, man. So look, what do y'all think? What do y'all think about the 3 ads? Is it cool doing the rundown with, you know, the fighters if you don't necessarily know who they are? Because if so, I'll definitely keep doing them. If not, we'll cut it out. All right. Appreciate y'all for coming back. I tell y'all that every time. I really mean it though. Thank you for coming back to the Coach's Corner. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.